The remarkable results from the closed testing session that Marquez underwent at Aragon truly shook the paddock and sparked an unexpected reaction from Ducati's top management. This so-called insane performance not only signalled the rider's resurgence, but also sent a strong message that this season's competition could shift dramatically in an instant. The speed, consistency and dominance he displayed felt like a stark warning to his rivals. Marquez is far from finished. If anything, he's becoming even more dangerous. So is this a sign that a new era of dominance is about to begin? Let's discuss. The recent private test session at the Aragon Circuit became a major talking point in the racing world. Far from being just an ordinary practice, it marked the beginning of a new chapter in Marc Marquez's 2026 MotoGP season, a season that had previously been filled with uncertainty. Attention immediately turned to Marquez as he took to the track with a bandage on his forearm. Without saying much, he chose to answer all doubts on the circuit itself. The results were surprising. Instead of appearing limited, he rode aggressively and with full control. His race pace was steady, his acceleration sharp, and his confidence visibly returning. Engineers in the paddock began to realise that something significant was unfolding. A breakthrough in bike setup was finally achieved after the team went through a series of tests using various configurations. This process was carried out carefully and methodically until they found a setup that best matched Marquez's characteristics and riding style. The adjustments were not limited to a single aspect, but covered the bike's overall performance balance. The impact of these changes was clearly felt on track. Braking stability improved significantly, making the bike more controllable when entering corners. In addition, corner exit traction became stronger, allowing for more optimal acceleration without losing grip. Throttle response also became more precise, giving the rider smoother and more accurate control over speed. These comprehensive improvements were directly reflected in increasingly competitive lap times. Not only that, but the bike's overall performance showed a dramatic leap, strengthening the team's competitiveness in every race session. One of the most eye-catching aspects of the latest test was the claim that Marquez's bike recorded a top speed of up to 400 km per hour in certain runs. This figure is clearly beyond the normal range of MotoGP performance, making it likely that it was achieved through simulation, highly ideal track conditions, or a special technical configuration. Nevertheless, the achievement remains a strong indicator that the combination of engine performance, aerodynamics, and refined setup has pushed the bike to an exceptionally high level, perhaps close to its absolute limit. For rivals, this is not a signal to be taken lightly. It is a clear warning that the threat posed by Marquez and his team is beginning to intensify once again. The Aragon Circuit holds historical significance that is inseparable from Marquez's career. In the past, this track often served as a stage for his dominance, where he consistently delivered outstanding performances. Now, Aragon once again plays a crucial role, not merely as a race venue, but as the starting point of a resurgence that is beginning to take shape. With the bike setup gradually clicking and boosting the rider's confidence, many observers and insiders believe that Marquez's peak performance is no longer just a hope, but something that is only a matter of time before it fully materializes on the racetrack. An interesting statement also came from Ducati boss Davide Tardozzi. He acknowledged that what Marquez showed at Aragon is not something to be underestimated. According to Tardozzi, Marquez's performance gains are evident, particularly in terms of consistency and bike control. He believes that once Marquez finds his feeling with the bike and regains full confidence, he can once again become a major threat on the grid. Tardozzi even emphasized that rivals should start being cautious. In his view, Marquez is the kind of rider who becomes especially dangerous once he finds momentum, regardless of not being fully recovered physically. In other words, Aragon is not just a testing ground, but could become the turning point that reshapes the direction of the season for the world champion. On the other hand, there is a deeper perspective from his longtime rival Andrea Dovizioso, who offers a different view of Marc Marquez's current condition. According to Dovizioso, the problems Marquez is facing are not as simple as they may appear on the surface. He believes that the root of the issue is not only related to technical aspects or motorcycle performance, but is also significantly influenced by the rider's physical condition, which has not yet fully recovered. The injuries Marquez suffered in previous seasons, particularly to his shoulder and arm, are said to still be having a real impact on his track performance. According to Dovizioso, this condition could affect Marquez's consistency, confidence, and ability to control the bike optimally in various racing situations. The situation is much more serious than it looks, Dovizioso said, emphasizing that the challenges Marquez is currently facing are complex and require time, as well as proper treatment for a full recovery. The start of the 2026 season has been quite disappointing for Marquez, especially compared to the high expectations that have long surrounded him. In the opening rounds, he has not been able to show his best form. He failed to finish the race in Thailand, managed only a fourth-place finish in Brazil, and placed fifth in the United States. These results reflect a noticeable drop in consistency. This situation drew even more attention during his appearance at the Circuit of the Americas, COTA, a track long considered his territory. In that race, Marquez was unable to perform as dominantly as he typically did in previous seasons. His inability to control the race at his favourite circuit sparked various speculations, particularly regarding his physical readiness. Overall, this series of early season results strengthens the assumption that Marquez's physical condition is not yet fully optimal. This likely affects his performance on track in terms of speed, endurance, and confidence in an increasingly competitive field. Marc Marquez is now not only competing against rivals on track, but also facing a much more personal challenge, his own physical condition. The injuries he previously suffered still leave an impact, forcing him to adapt to limitations that are unusual for a rider with an aggressive and high-risk riding style like his. He has even openly admitted that he struggles to ride at full capacity, a statement that is rarely, if ever, heard from someone known for his courage and determination in every race. This situation has become a test of its own, not only physically, but also mentally. Despite all these limitations, one thing remains consistent: his mentality. The impact on the championship battle becomes even more significant as it opens opportunities for other riders to take over the dominance that was previously more concentrated. Several names are starting to show strong consistency, such as Jorge Martin and Bezzecchi, who are now becoming serious threats in the title fight. This dynamic also provides a strategic advantage for teams that were previously not considered top contenders. One of them is Aprilia Racing, which is seen as having a strong chance to compete at the front if this situation continues. Has Marc Marquez truly returned to his best form after the Aragon practice session? Share your thoughts below